Alright, good morning. It's been a week since I got the doe and the coyote. Went out yesterday morning and didn't have any luck, didn't see anything. In a new area this morning, well, new for deer. This is where I got my 2 turkeys this spring, but I haven't deer hunted back here before. So I'm just gonna still hunt my way around and eventually make my way to a deer trail that I know that's back here. But if anything happens, I'll let you guys know. I just jumped a deer. It was alone and sounded big, so it might have been a buck, but I'm gonna loop around and see if I can cut him off. was able to cut that group of deer off. It actually wasn't one of them, it was a couple of them. But it's so thick in here that they were 30 yards away and I could barely even see them. But I just had one. I think it was the smaller one. Walk into a little clearing, I got a shot. A good shot, I think. Tail was down as it ran off, and it did the mule kick as it ran off. So it's probably down. I'm gonna give it a few minutes though, see what happens. GoPro died, so I'll try to explain to you what happened. I came up to cut off that deer that I spooked, and I'm assuming it's the same group. This one's still down there. There's two of them. One's looking at something. Shoot this one if she comes up close. I have 2 tags, so if she starts heading this way, I'm going to turn this camera off. Get the gun camera going. This might be it. The 2 of them walked off a bit, but they're still down there looking at something. I'm assuming it's the dead deer. I can't tell if they're gonna leave or they're gonna come back this way, so I'm gonna just holding out and waiting to see what happens. But I put this up yesterday. Well, let's see if I can find it. Alright, those deer finally walked off, but I just got to the spot that I took the shot at, and immediately there's blood, so this guy is not going to be far. Definitely a hard shot. I was pretty sure that's what it was. But alright, let's get to tracking. Didn't take long. Yeah, it's not gonna focus. She's right down there. Cool. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. I thought it was a young one. It's not a fawn. Might be a 1.5-year-old. Maybe she's bigger than I thought. Hold on. Oh yeah, she's actually big. Awesome. Oh yeah. Not a button buck, is it? Nope, it's a doe. Yeah, decent sized doe. Well, that's pretty cool. Perfect heart shot on her. She didn't go far at all. I didn't think she would. The other two does she was with were constantly looking down into this little gully, so I was certain that she had to be down here. But, awesome. Here she is. She's definitely smaller than the last doe I got last week. But she's gonna be good eating. Beautiful doe. Bigger than I thought she was, though. I thought it was gonna end up being a button buck because of these orange legs she has. But she looks like a 1.5-year-old doe. Probably, I don't know, 100 pounds, 110 pounds. So, yeah, I am happy with that. But yeah, and those other two does didn't really know what happened. They kept looking down here at her and not up at me, so they had no idea I was there. Of course, though, they eventually started to walk off. And they did see me eventually when I did come down here. They spooked off, but not hard. They didn't blow or anything. Quite a few people walk around in the trails in these woods around here as well, so they might be used to seeing people to a degree. But alright, I'm gonna get her tagged up, get her gutted out, and get her out of here. Alright, so from this deer I'm going to be making smoked deer jerky. Got a couple pieces of leg meat here. I just trimmed off all the silver skin and fat, or at least as much as I could. I froze it, so it's frozen. I have a meat slicer that I'm going to be using for this. But if you do it yourself, you can do it by hand as well. I just like the more even slices that the deli slicer gives me. But I'm just going to cut these up into thin strips. Get my jerky seasoning from Bass Pro Shops out. Season them in the bags. And once they're seasoned and been sitting for 24 to 48 hours, I'm going to get them into the smoker. So I'll see you guys when that's done. Alright, got the jerky all cut up here. Got it marinating. It's been marinating for 36 or 48 hours, something like that. So now I'm just going to put all the jerky pieces on the racks in here. I'll show you how I do that. Just going to take the pieces, do it front so you can see. Just lay them straight across. You can leave them hanging in the racks as well. I think that's just a little more time consuming. And I would imagine that they would end up getting stuck on the rack itself when you're trying to pull them off when they've dried off. Some of them will probably start to fall through anyway. Alright, got 3 trays that I have to fill up, so I'll get that done now. Alright, there we go. Ended up doing 4 trays of it. So I'm going to leave that sitting in there for 8 hours or so. I'll see you guys when that time has passed. Alright, so the jerky ended up taking 12 or 13 hours to cook rather than the 8 that I expected. But here it is. Has a very strong smoky taste, nice and dry. But it's still nice and tender. I don't taste much of the seasoning that I put on it. It just has a strong smoky taste. But it's really good. It takes more effort to make than it does in the dehydrator. but if you're looking for a different way to make jerky and you like the smoke taste, it's definitely the way to go. Alright, that's it for this video. See you guys in the next one.